You're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Green Bay Packers content. Created for the fans by the fans. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know whenever we go live. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Packers_access. Go Pack Go. Enjoy the show.
What's up, guys? Welcome into the PTA pregame show. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. You can email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. You can text us 865-658-5824. Join alongside Tim live in Green Bay. And Emilio may be joining us here shortly. We'll see if he makes it in here or not. And surprise, surprise, we went live about 15 minutes early. Hopefully that's all right with everyone. So we'll give everybody a chance to file in here. And I guarantee you the first few comments will be, what the hell happened? Why are we going live early? But
and then we'll be looking at them like,
how many times are you going to come to my press conference late?
Exactly, man. Go ahead and just set them up for failure right out of the gate, no doubt, man. I see Dennis Shook's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're doing well. And got a couple of spammers in here on Rumble. We'll just let them sit for a minute. Chris Ian, you hit the nail on the head, buddy. All caps, chomping at the bit. Tim, this has been the longest day in the history of all days, man. I'm just telling you. It's just I kept looking at the clock and like, okay, only 15 minutes has went by. Let's get to this game already.
I saw some of the players walking in there to the facility, and I saw Christian Watson, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs. These dudes look like it's all business, man. There's nobody's smiling. There's none of that. We're here to kick some ass, get back on the plane, take that victory back to Titletown. That's how we're rolling into the Motor City tonight for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Eric Sutherland in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully everybody's doing well over your way. United Bates, happy pregame, everyone. Good to see you, pal. Andres in the chat. What's up, man? And we're ready to roll here. So obviously we'll come through Twitter real quick. I'm going to keep an eye on my Packers news section as well to see if anything drops. I know we pretty much got all the injury information as Kalen King was elevated. We'll hit on that here in a second. No big surprise there. It was kind of our pick to be elevated, obviously. But obviously we're going to be wearing the white unis here in Detroit. We're just kind of following along on the Green Bay Packers Twitter page, and you see QB1 number 10. Tim, did you get a chance to see? I wish we could play it, but we can't for obvious reasons. Did you see the mocked up Matt LaFleur from the Dolphins game?
Oh yeah,
bro.
Yeah, him talking to himself and kind of just being impressed with this young gunslinger that he's got running his offense. Oh yeah, love it. Whole new level of respect for Tupac LaFleur after seeing that.
And you can't fake that. Like. No. It kind of goes hand in hand with what Greg Cosell said with the pass rush. Like people look at evaluating the pass rush by just looking at sacks or just looking at pressures. And really the true evaluation of a great pass rusher is how does the opposing team try to neutralize them, right? How many resources do they allocate towards neutralizing? Well, when you turn on that mocked up tape, we all know Matt LaFleur is arguably the most emotional coach in the league. And I don't say that in a negative way. I mean, he's going to display raw emotion on the sideline, whether he's extremely pissed off or something's got him, obviously visibly distraught. The fact that the way he acted about towards Jordan Love on the sideline with the throws, like, man, what a throw. Like, you can't fake that. He didn't fake that for the cameras and the mock. I'm sorry he didn't. That tells you everything you need to know, kind of like what Greg Cosell was saying about pass rushers. It tells you everything you need to know about how good Matt LaFleur feels about Jordan Love being his quarterback. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, it was just all confidence.
I think so. And, you got to remember, too, especially at the coaching level, those guys, they when they're in the facility, they're on the field, they're working, they're kind of assuming they're mic'd up as it is because we've had a ton of hot mic moments. You never know who's listening or whatever. So I don't think, you got to worry about, personnel like that saying, oh, I got the mic pack on today. Let me say something cute for the cameras. I don't think that's how they roll. Certainly not how Tupac LaFleur rolls. You see it with the players a lot of times. The players will, they kind of rotate around who's getting mic'd up, who's not. And, some guys remember and some guys 5 minutes after they put that mic pack on, they're not even thinking about it. It's all ball. So, and that's what you want, right? You want genuine passion and intensity for your players and the guys next to you. And, that's what we have on this team from our staff down to our roster. And it's an awesome thing to be a part of. Really is.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Everybody following in now. We got So Turtles. Good to see you in here, buddy. Says go Pack, go. iRock, yes, sir. Packers going to take this dub today. Everybody's feeling pretty good about this game, man. No doubt about that. Let's see here. Coach Lynn, love when Matt LaFleur talked about the throw to Reed for the touchdown. That was awesome. What did he say? It was what was it? I'm trying to think of the term he used.
There was an expletive deleted in there somewhere too.
I think he said that was a baller ass throw. Is what he said.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was. That was the one we talked about too, right? That if he didn't throw that ball flat enough, you got a pick six to the house.
Yeah,
he makes it look easy, but man, that is it's a dangerous throw if you don't put that ball exactly where it's supposed to be, like Jordan did.
Yeah, I agree, man. Let's see here. Husted in the chat says Kevin King called up. I just had PTSD, Tim. A flashback. When I seen Kevin King called up, I went, "Oh no."
He needs
the roster. Right. I was like, oh no. And of course, I-Rock corrected him here and said Kalen King. So scared me there for a minute, bub. I know it ain't April Fool's yet, but Lord have mercy. That was my heart dropped a little bit when I seen Kevin King.
How dare you?
Exactly. Thank you, Greg. I'm glad somebody else is upset too. Dan in the chat, Mr. Dan Lang says, I'm tuning in from Haiti tonight. Wow. Ran into a Lions fan and he was very cocky. I told him we have a better and fuller trophy case. Don't you just love that the NFC North trash talking? It's not
global, baby, worldwide.
Not relegated to just the United States, man. It's going on in Haiti tonight too. I love it, man.
That's so. Awesome.
Dan, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate you being a part of our pregame festivities here, halfway across the world, right? Jason Y in the house. I hope they do a Hard Knocks for the NFC North next season. Tim's about to throw something. But, hey, I am with you, Jason. I'm all about it, man. The fact that they did the entire AFC North, Tim, did you catch any of that last night?
No, I didn't get to see that yet.
Oh, Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, these guys are electric, man. And it's taking you into the meeting room. And Mike Tomlin, man, fire on fire, but just 110% authenticity. It's so cool to be in that room. And, again, I know you're not a big fan of the Packers being on Hard Knocks, but if they did the NFC North next year, shut up.
Well, and yeah, what are you going to do? It's the whole conference, right? I'm assuming they just send a crew and they kind of just rotate a few weeks with each team or whatever it is. That's cool. I just didn't like the full on the narrative of, missing the playoffs 2 years in a row and then you end up on the show. So I'm cool with it. It's good exposure and we got a young team, right? Let the kids play and have their fun and, get some of that media spotlight. And, then we as fans get to see a little bit behind closed door stuff that we don't normally get a look at. So, I'm softening my stance on the Hard Knocks approach. If they're going to do the whole division like that, I'm interested.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see what else we got here in the chat, man. It is lighting up. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Hit that like button on your way in. Thank y'all for, like I said, making us a part of your pregame festivities. There's Chris C in the chat says, "What's up, posse? Let's get the dub tonight." Good to see you in here, buddy. Dick in the chat says, "I dislike all the talking heads saying the game doesn't make a difference to the Packers because it probably won't affect their playoffs." BS. Completely agree with you there, sir. Tim, it cracks me up how the narrative has switched in the last 48 hours. It's up and down, right? And the more injuries that surface for the Lions all of a sudden, well, it ain't that big of a deal of a game. And it's typically the people that are always kind of rooting against the Packers in the national media. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely. They hate us because they ain't us, though. That's the thing when you just you got 13 titles, under your belt. People don't always like that. They get a little I won't use the word intimidated, but the hate flows naturally with some of these mainstream guys and some, people on our level too, right? The podcasters out there. I mean, both sides. Everybody's got their own opinion, but at the end of the day, I don't think anybody that's suiting up tonight to play this game thinks it doesn't make a difference. Believe that for sure. Yeah, I see we got X walking in there.
That's right. We got, as they refer to him as McHimmy. And look at McHimmy and McSimmy. I like it. So they got Ben Sims right behind him coming into the facility here. Love so these dudes look locked in, man. No doubt.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying. I mean, I'm sure we'll get some more of these looks here. I know they're posting them. But yeah, man, it looks like all business, and that's what you want to see, right?
Yeah. I-Rock says, "I'm looking for King on special teams." I'd say you're probably right there. The thing with King too, his skill set better suits him playing like a slot corner, although the Packers, to the best of my knowledge, don't see him like that. But He's a physical tackler. He's someone who will jam at the line of scrimmage, that type of thing. Now, listen, I know he was the top-rated corner after the college season the year before the draft, okay? What I mean by that is that going into his final year of college, they did a mock draft and a consensus big board going into his final year of college. So they haven't even played a single game in his final year in college, and he was projected as the top corner that year. Now, there's a reason he fell all the way to the 7th round, right? There's got to be a reason for that. And obviously he didn't make the Packers roster. They've had him on the practice squad. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I think Kalen King is just going to be this dynamic playmaker, huge difference maker. But, man, when you do turn on the tape from college, especially in 2022 as opposed to 2023, you see a physical defender. And what IROC's saying here, man, I can kind of see Kalen King being a contributor on special teams. You got to have a little bit of that crazy in you to buzz down the field like that and make a tackle.
And that can tilt a game, right? You go down there and smack someone in the mouth and take that football away and get points off of that. That's a recipe to beat the Detroit Lions in their building if you're playing like that. So I'm with IROC, man. I think, when you look at Kalen King, let's be honest, not every rookie that comes into this league can just be thrown out there and start playing at a high level. And it's not to take anything away from them. Guys develop at different rates. We've talked about this before. It's an absolute blessing that we're getting the amount of snaps that we're getting out of, Javon Bullard and Evan Williams in their rookie seasons, grasping these concepts and being able to play week in and week out. Some guys develop quicker than others. Some guys come into this league ready to roll. Everybody's favorite pick from the draft, Cooper DeJean, is certainly doing his thing over there in Philly. We see guys like this, but it's not as common as people tend to believe. And I don't think it's taken anything away from Kalen King's game to say that, yeah, get him out there. He's active. He's going to, get some reps on special team, get his legs under him. And yeah, he's an emergency call up if things get crazy in that secondary. And the fact that we have another option in the slot is a good thing. It allows us to move some of those more versatile guys around if we need to. And we know maybe we could throw Kalen King out there in the slot, maybe for a handful of snaps just to give guys a breather or whatever. That's the way you play your way onto a team as a rookie. So I'm glad he's going to get a shot tonight. Special teams or not, man, it's cool to see.
Yeah. Andy Watkins in the chat says, goes without saying, Kalen King, INT, LOL. I love the support. Love the support for Kalen King tonight. J. Cole in the chat says, I'm tired of listening to BSPN. Kick the line. Say, there you go, man. It's hard to watch and tune into that stuff from time to time. It really is. Especially where the goalposts are constantly moving. Isn't it funny that all of the people that said Goody was crazy for trading Aaron Rodgers, right? And when I say all the people like on the big networks, everyone was just, oh my God, you let this first ballot Hall of Famer go. We still got gas in the tank, blah, blah, blah. Now that they've pretty much been proven wrong, that the New York Jets completely botched that whole situation, no one's talking about it. It's just move on to the next topic. It's terrible. It's like when we talk about the salary cap doom and gloomers. There's about a 30 to 45 day window every single year where they emerge and they talk about the Packers are in trouble or this team's in trouble. Man, they're in salary cap hell. And then the next thing you know, they're signing players in free agency. They got plenty of cap room to work with. It's very date sensitive, but it's just funny how the goalposts constantly move with people who have strong takes like that. No doubt about that.
That's what it is, right? It's hot take city, and there's no accountability. It doesn't matter. You'll still have your credibility even though you flip-flop all of the time. We won't name names. We have in the past. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. I can remember certain guys that were saying for sure that we were a lost cause with Jordan Love as QB1, and then we saw what has happened up to this point. And now all of a sudden these same people seem to love Jordan as QB1 of the Packers. So it's funny how the tides turn all the time, and the more things change, the more they stay the same with these people, right?
Yeah. Jeezy TX says, is Quay Walker playing? Yes, sir, he is. And let me tell you something, Jeezy. I don't know what he's going to do tonight, but he's coming off arguably two of his best games of his career. If he continues to build on that momentum, man, and we need that tonight because something else. What's going to happen is, like you've seen with the Dolphins, Jared Goff is going to look to use play action and hammer those digs. And if we got Quay out there at the top of his game, there's no one that's more athletic than him on the field at the linebacker position
Maybe Quay gets a pick tonight, man.
Oh my God!
Maybe he finally hangs on to one of those. It'll be a rocket ball. Maybe he can jump up and get his hands on one of these tonight.
Dude, that would make my night. If Quay Walker got an interception, Packers come away with a dub. Oh, that would be awesome. Absolutely.
Yes,
so, yes, to answer your question, Jeezy, he's playing, bro. Definitely playing. Ron Samuel in the chat says King is from Detroit, so it's awesome that he's up. I didn't realize that. Ron always coming up with these really cool facts. Yeah. Either he's making this stuff up out of thin air, or he's coming up with the most detailed facts. If you're a liar, Ron, you're a good liar. I promise you that, man. But now we appreciate it, buddy. That's awesome, man. You talking about lighting a fire under somebody, getting to play in front of your hometown. Really cool. Nick McSwain in the chat says, would be cool if the Packers have a dominant performance like they did Thanksgiving last year. I want to see Jared Goff again. And it's all going to come down to, can we jump up to an early lead? You know, the big thing with that game last year, and I know they mounted kind of a little bit of a comeback on Thanksgiving Day last year in the fourth quarter, but we had begun, all right, let's just play shell. Let's make them work the clock type thing. Before that, though, the Packers, what do? They jumped up to an early lead, and that's where you really kind of take them out of their running game a bit. And that's where Jared Goff's got to put the team on his back and win it with his arm. And listen, he's a good quarterback. He is. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think he's legit a top 10 quarterback. That's just my personal opinion. But he's not nowhere near the top of the list that if you say, Clayton, you got to pick a quarterback to go down one drive, they know you're passing, and you got to win the ball game. Jared Goff's not in that top 5 for me. I don't know about you, Tim, but good football player. Don't get me wrong, but he's just not one of those dudes that could take a game over like a Mahomes, a Josh Allen. And hell, we've seen Jordan do it from time to time. The Saints game last year. There's multiple times where you've seen Jordan, down by X number of points and just goes right down the field and goes to work.
Yeah, and we've seen him make mistakes. Goff had a 5-interception game this year, for crying out loud. I mean, it does happen. The guy's not impossible to knock him off his game. But in the same statement, man, you got to acknowledge what you just said. He's still one of the best in the league. And a lot of times he does play relatively mistake-free. And one thing I want to see us do defensively is do our best to disrupt any kind of rhythm that the Lions get on offense, because that's when they start humming. They're in rhythm and clicking between that, like you said, setting up that play action and then also running the football. If we can get in there and, get a 3-and-out, or at least get off the field on third down and kill some of these drives before they start, force them to punt, or, like we said, make a play on the ball, takeaways, get after the ball, get a turnover, be in the plus category there. And that's how you beat Jared Goff in the Lions offense. I totally agree. I don't think he's, some lights out stud MVP caliber type dude like some people do believe. But he's also not just your average game manager type of quarterback either. He will cut you up and make you pay if you allow him to do it. So I think it's important that we respect Goff, but I don't think he's going to make too many highlight worthy plays tonight. I got a feeling our defense is going to get after him.
Heck yeah. Jen Wright says, in Goody we trust. You went on to say Bain, Gary versus Skipper. Sign me up. That's exactly what you were just talking about, Tim. We got to get pressure on Jared Goff tonight when we do get them in those third and long situations. So thank you for swinging through, Miss Jen. Good to see you. Now, some news kind of broke earlier today. If you guys keep up with that, the Green Bay Packers tweeted out, look at our Walter Payton Man of the Year. So the Green Bay Packers representative for Walter Payton Man of the Year is our very own Kenny Clark. Listen, on the field, Kenny struggled this year, but we talk about it. It's why we struggle with saying, just move on from Kenny even before the contract extensions, because he's a leader in the locker room. He's just one of those dudes that had a rough upbringing and a quiet leader. Man, you need those in your locker room too, Tim. You need those guys that they don't run their mouth all the time. So when they do open their mouth, people shut up and listen. Kenny's that dude. And again, one of the classiest people you'll ever meet. Pretty cool that he's the Green Bay Packers Walter Payton Man of the Year here.
I think it's awesome. I believe this is his first time nominated for that. So that's a big deal. And always got a soft spot in my heart for Kenny Clark, man. He's been here his whole career. I hope he stays a Packer for his whole career. We don't see that very often in the NFL anymore, guys playing their whole career out with one organization. But you're right, man. Kenny's one of those guys that he's a lead by example dude, much like Rashawn Gary is cut from that cloth as well. But definitely not scared to get vocal and be a leader vocally when you need that guy next to you or in front of you to step up, that's Kenny Clark for sure. And off the field too, he pursues life with the same passion that he pursues this game with, and that's one of the reasons that he's the Man of the Year nominee this year. Shout out to Wes Hockowitz too. He had a nice tweet today about Kenny. Go check that out on X and give you a little more details about exactly what Kenny's doing with his foundation and his community work.
Yeah, Jeff Silky in the chat. Good to see you in here, sir. He says, man, I've missed you guys. We've missed you, man. We've missed you. Welcome back, buddy. Good to see you in here. Let's see here. Coach Lynn says season ain't over. He might come on strong the last quarter of the season. It's funny you mentioned that too, Coach, because if you look back historically, Kenny Clark has definitely been a second-half player, right,
Yep.
Where he's really amped it up the second half of the season. There was 2 years in a row I remember specifically. I think it was 21 and 22 where he struggled first half. The second half he cranked it up. So it's getting late, but not too late for him, like you said, to maybe come on strong here toward the end of the season. Dennis Shook in the chat says, Kenny been coming on the past few games too. Yeah, what did he get a sack last week, right? Am I thinking right?
Yep.
He got a first sack of the year. So
Sure did.
Yep. And Coach Lynn says Kenny's the type of guy you build a franchise around. He really is, man. And it's obvious that's what Goody's seen too,
Yep.
and extended him again. It's rare that these players get these third contracts, and when they do, most of the time it's just as much a reflection of the leader they are in the locker room as it is to play on the field.
And it makes sense when you see that group that they're building around him and have been building, right? We've got guys that are, up and coming, and Kenny's a great example of how to be a pro in this league and as a D lineman. I look at TJ Slayton, I look at, Devontae Wyatt, those guys, they have somebody to look to. And that's a huge deal. And like you said, obviously the organization values good leadership because you don't want poor leadership leading your young talent and maybe screwing up their development. So I think it's awesome that Kenny's a Packer. And like I said, I hope he stays here for the long haul.
Yeah, no doubt. Drew D in the chat says stop and runs on first down for a short game will be important for getting the Lions in obvious passing downs. It really will, man. And Jahmyr Gibbs, you can't say enough about him. He is just a dynamic back. One of those dudes that he's very quick twitch. I remember him being one of the players that going through the draft process, I think it was last year when he came out, Greg Cosell just raved over him. He's like, he's a guy that you could put in the slot. You can, work him as a running back. You could throw him on the boundary if you needed to. He can just do a little bit of everything. He's a football player. Now, it feels like the Lions use him predominantly as a running back and as a catching back, out of the backfield as opposed to splitting him out wide. He's a very dynamic player, and we've got to shut him down on first down, like Drew's saying here. Got to make that happen tonight. Yep. Got some guys on the field here. I know we've seen Eric Wilson out there. I'm trying to say who this is. The Packers said, who is this masked man? Who is that out there, Tim?
I'm trying to tell. It's tough to tell.
I'm trying to think, would that be Kalen King since he was called up? Or let's see if we can figure it out. Everybody in the chat, help us out here. Who is this masked man right here? Who is this guy?
Here's the guy.
Who is that guy right there?
It's tough to tell. No tats, normally they're tatted up. You can kind of recognize the arm tats or the you can tell who you're looking at here. I don't know who.
Man, this is tough, guys. Come on, take some swings in the chat here. Jay Love, you think that's Jordan?
How's he getting all that hair under that cap there? There's no way.
Good point, man. He has got some locks right now.
Nick McSwain says Ron Tolbert. Ron Tolbert snuck into the game.
Comment of the night. Oh, my God. Back it in. The game is over. Nick McSwain has the comment of the night. Look at Ron Tolbert been doing some crunches. Look at my man. All right, there you go. Here we go. J. Cole says Wicks. It could be Wicks.
Okay, that's a good one.
Does Wicks have any tattoos, Tim?
I don't know.
No. I could have asked his mom.
Could be Jay Wicks. Yeah, I could see that.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit. All right, we got to figure this out. It's gonna bother me. Let's go, Dontavion Wicks. Oh yeah, I think that's Wicks. There, nope, he's tatted.
Okay. How about Chris Brooks? What about Chris Brooks?
I think he's a little too small a stature for Chris Brooks. To me, this looks like a receiver to me. You know what I mean?
It's not Bo Melton. So
John Johnson looks maybe like Brett Favre. I think
we're gonna give him some.
I'm pretty sure Favre's busy this week. As a matter of fact,
Hell is Brett Favre.
receiving. It's tough.
I'm in town to play the Dolphins, you dumbass.
double whammy for y'all right there. Yeah, I think this guy's got a little bit better tan than Favre does. Just
Malik Heath, there's a good guess.
Yeah, could be Malik. Coach Lynn says Wicks for sure. He seems pretty, but the thing is, Coach Wicks has got tattoos on his left arm. And if you see here, let's take it back just to make sure there's no tats on the left. I can't believe we're breaking this down.
This is like the Zapruder film analysis right here. You see the guy in the grassy knoll, Clayton?
Exactly. Oh man, let's see if Miss Jerry Wise Corbley can get us back on track here. Thank you for the super chat, man. She says, I can't wait to see Evan back at safety. Packers are going in with the chip on their shoulder tonight. Thanks for all your content, Clayton. Hey, thank you so much, Jerry. We appreciate you more than you know. And I'm with you, man. Evan being back there is going to be huge. I just love that dynamic between Evan Williams and obviously Xavier McKinney. Yeah, I don't care what the media says, Tim. These Packers, they want revenge, right? Yeah. They got embarrassed in the rain. You were there.
Yeah.
That was not a good vibe leaving that stadium, was it?
No, it wasn't. We'll leave our off the air conversation off the air about how that ended. So yeah, the fans were out for blood too, right? We want that revenge game, but I will say this, and I'm sure Coach LaFleur is having these conversations with the guys too, is, when you're out for blood or you're out for revenge, you got to be real careful that you don't let that rage blind you and distract you from doing the things you need to do to get this victory tonight, So play aggressive, play hard, be motivated. We want to get this revenge, but don't let it blind you out there to where you're making foolish decisions on the football field, because, the Lions are one of the best in the business right now in this league, and we got to play mistake-free football if we want to get this victory.
Yeah, for sure. I'll tell you, we know who this guy is, though, right here.
Hey, Money, they gave him number 10 because he only throws dimes.
He looks so comfortable, man. So cool, so collective. I loved hearing John Kuhn on the Pat McAfee show today. They had him on as a guest, and he was just talking about how Jordan is just nothing gets him rattled. He's like, he throws just an unbelievable thread the needle touchdown pass, and you just get a little fist bump, right? If he throws a pick six, it's just maybe a little snap of the chin strap, and no big deal. Let's get back out there and play again. So really excited about the future at the quarterback position. Thank you so much, Jerry, for the super chat. You were awesome. It's good to see you back in here. Thank you. We got Emilio joining us now. Emilio, we got to get your take on this.
No tats? No. Thick thighs, large calves, no tats. No, of course I want to. No, The Office, nobody? All right, right over the head. When Dwight's got a call for the female party, thick thighs, large calves, no tats.
The only thing we watch is football around here, okay? We don't watch the other. That's a lie too, because my TV downstairs is always just constantly looping The Office. I've never heard that though. Never heard.
Next time you're gonna see it, you're gonna crack up.
There you go. So who is this guy? Tell me, Emilio, who is
Thick.
he? Oh, he ain't. He ain't thick. He's skinny, Tim.
Yeah.
I'm trying to throw him off. Who is this guy right here?
Let's see how he catches. Oh,
I think it's Tay Wicks, man. I'm going with Wicks.
That's a drop. I don't know.
Maybe not.
That
I can't
Evan
tell.
Williams? It's not Evan Williams, is it?
No, definitely not Evan Williams. I don't know. Think about it. Did anybody give a good guess in the chat? Anybody? Bo Melton. Let's see. It's Eric Stokes. Is that what he said? Nah, I don't think it's Eric Stokes. Eric Stokes is tatted too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, damn it, Dennis, stop it. Just stop it. Let's see here. Valentine is the masked man, is what J. Cole says. Is this Carrington?
That I could see. See that I could see.
Let's see it. Let's go. Let me pull the
TV. Yeah.
Emilio, tell us what you think about this game while we're wasting time here. Let me see if this is Carrington.
I'm, nervous. Obviously, been a little nervous all week, but I think it's going to be a great game for them to show up with a nice night. We're stuck inside. Let's just go out there, ball out. They're already having fun. T-shirt and shorts. They've been practicing inside all week. It's like you were talking earlier. Got to stop the run. Honestly, I like the idea of making Goff throw it and feather in our pass with a little play action, get Josh going, get Emmanuel out there, get Brooks out there. I think we just need to really just need to kind of hum on all cylinders, and kind of where we've built to this year. But dude, I've been itching for it. And honestly, I had so much going on this morning that I forgot that it was Thursday. We were getting a new water heater installed. Problem central. So yeah, it was out of hand. And then we get here, but I get a nice hot shower, full pressure. That's what we're about to be on the Lions tonight. I mean,
wash your hands, wash your butt, man. That's it. That's all.
Second best shower of the year. First best was Bobby Hotel, Clay. That thing was unbelievable.
Was it?
The hotel?
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, the Bobby. I got you.
That thing was wild. That was a great shower.
Yeah, that hotel, Tim, was pimp. It was just classic.
I got a bus on like the 15th floor on the roof. A bus.
Hang around you guys a little more. You guys are ballers over here. Staying in all these nice hotels with nice water pressure and things.
You can't hide credit, man. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh no, but Amelia, it was way too classy for us, was it not? It was like I know we walked in and went, "Oh, great."
There wasn't. I couldn't even find an ice machine. I mean, I walked down the hall twice. I couldn't find an ice machine. That's a problem.
You had to ring the front desk and say, "I need ice," and they came up with these little tongs and the craft cube. Here you go, sir. Where's your glass? But J. Cole saying this is Valentine. I think he's right. Valentine, I just confirmed.
I think that's the best one. Yeah, that's the best.
arm tats. No arm tats for Valentine. So
I like that.
Probably who it is there.
Eric Wilson showing off that arm though a little bit. QB4.
I don't know if I got to put this up for a super chat. I'm a little concerned here. Dennis Shook says, "Can we talk about how good Popeye's chicken sandy is?" When he said sandy, it threw me off. He just talking about the sandwich, right?
Yeah.
All right, Popeyes, boys. Listen, if you're going to bring it up, we're going to talk about it. He paid to talk about it, all right? So I feel like all fast food chicken tastes the same. Mandy strongly disagrees. She loves Popeyes. I know Emilio.
You're used to that good gas station chicken down there in Tennessee.
That is true.
Oh, that's really what it is.
One chicken is out of hand.
The one stop over here, close to ETSU, Eastern Tennessee State University. You go in there, listen, it looks grimy, it looks dirty, probably is. But that chicken's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. But Amelia, what do you think about Popeyes? Is it really that good, man?
Yeah, I would say probably top 3 chicken Sammys, but we're definitely going to have to put Chick-fil-A up there, and then Culver's has been up in their game a little bit, but Popeyes just has a bunch of flavor, and you're not going to get real much else from anything else, chicken wise. The only other one that I would say honorable mention maybe be Bojangles if we're talking early breakfast chicken sandwich, but that's it.
Got it. Tim, you got anything to add to this? This is what people came for right here, man. Dennis Shook, man.
Every person that I know that's from Louisiana does not like Popeyes. So
I'll guarantee it. I guarantee
Louisiana cooking. But that's not to take anything away. I think they got a decent chicken sandwich. I'm with Emilio. If I'm getting a chicken sandwich on the go like that, I'm going with Culver's, and then I'm going with Chick-fil-A for sure.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is money. All right. Thank you so much, Dennis.
Popeye's biscuits, though. Popeye's biscuits. Those are on point, man.
Yeah. All right. So obviously we showed Jordan Love out there warming up as well, QB1. What do you guys think we can expect from Jordan tonight, man? What kind of stat line are we looking at? Obviously the defense is banged up in the box, defensive line, linebackers, but that safety tandem in Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch is probably the best tandem in the entire league. What are we looking at stat line for Jay Love tonight? What are you guys thinking?
Over 250.
Yeah.
2 tutters. Maybe one running in, or but we're gonna have to think Josh Jacobs has one, at least 2 tutters. I'm hoping for 4, but give him 250 yards, 10 yards on a scramble, maybe.
Yeah. Tim, sir.
Yeah, I think
I'm
not big on the stat predictions, but I can see that though. That's kind of where my head went to right away. 250 plus, right? Hopefully 300 yards through the air. A couple of chunk plays here and there. We take our shots when we can, but I'd like to see slow and steady wins the race, man, for sure.
Clay,
no picks, man. No picks.
I saw it, Clay. I saw it.
How do I fix that?
I think you need to go into your your profile after we're done.
Oh my God.
Just mention sorry right now.
Yeah, Jason Y, if you're listening on the podcast, bro, we just got hit with a ton of spam. Somebody's in here spamming NFL illegal links and everything. I went to ban them, clicked on it right when you posted it. It banned Jason Y.
Oof. So we will go ahead and fix that after the pod. Because
unbelievable.
We need to adjust that. We need to get Jason back in here. He had a good question too. What was he asking, man? And the comments go away too.
Brutal.
God.
All right. That's the worst. That's the worst thing that's going to happen tonight because everything else is going to be
everything else is going to be great from here on out.
Yeah, you guys talk for a second.
We'll make good on that. Thanks, spammers. I guess we're doing good though. I mean, they don't spam you if nobody's watching, right? So thanks for everyone's support out there listening to us on the pod and watching the live stream. But yeah, it's crazy that screen, the feed just pops up so quickly. Sometimes you click and it's you click on one thing and you're clicking on the next thing on accident. So that was totally unintentional, and we'll make sure we get Jason back on because he's definitely one of the elite members of the posse for sure.
Tim, I meant to ask you, I was listening earlier. So what, so I know that they got one tight end right there. Their left tackle's out. What are we going to do on the left side? Or do we want to put Rashawn over there all the time? Because last time we had Preston, right? Are we wanting the Rashawn always on the weak tackle? Or are they going to always put a tight end over there too? Maybe chip and get out, something like that. We want Rashawn working on their best and let, Mosby, Cox, LVN, all of them rotate on the bad. What would you have rather have?
I don't mind that approach. I'd also like to see some rotation, right? Switch up the looks. And then I also think it depends on what are we looking to do with Rashawn. Are we sending him at the passer? Do we want a legit pass rush, or is he going? Are we going to try some twists? What are we thinking with him? Personally, I think, if we're sending him on a pressure, put him over there with that backup left tackle and see how he does, even with the tight end help. But I think with Inigbare and LVN, I think we got a good rotation there too. And we know Rashawn can play left or right side. I hope we see some exotic looks though. Maybe we run some of that overload to that side and just try and take that extra blocker out of the way for Detroit. But I agree. I think that's the approach, man. I think you use Rashawn as often as you can and where you think he's going to eat based on what you're looking at him doing today. If he's just going to be occupying blockers, then why waste him over there on the backup? Let him.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Let him occupy the good blockers.
That's kind of what I was. That was when I was thinking about it and going to ask you. I was leaning towards let's let Rashawn go up against the best as much as we need to. We can do that little crossover, hezzy step right in front of the center. Let's do a little bit of that. And then, just let him go to work over there. Then we can rotate. And I mean, it's going to be different. We had Preston last game. So who's going to step up on the end and who's going to show up is going to be huge.
Yep.
And then I like to, Nick McSwain said, I'd be fine with a few blitzes on that side. Coming down the left side, blind side too, maybe a cat blitz. It'd be from Bullard probably, right? If we're going nickel, Keyshawn's on the outside. Cat would probably come from Bull or Evan.
Yep.
And we know Evan can wrangle up a quarterback too. So if we moved him down there, I wouldn't be mad at it.
For sure.
Greg Rice said, hit that like button. And then Prince followed it up with, I hit the like button in memory of Jason. So
that's terrible. So I found it on YouTube. I removed him as a blocked user. So Jason, if you're on your burner account right now or whatever, I hope you can hear us, buddy.
Reboot it, quit out the app, restart it. You should be all right.
I'm gonna make it up. I'm gonna make it up to you. I promise. All right. So we'll get you some free merch or something. Man, that's my bad. I hate that it happened, but again, it was like literally 18 spams. Yeah. Jason,
and they were coming so quickly through the chat that it was hard to even see what you're clicking.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Bates is on it. Bates is trying to tag him. And again, we're using StreamYard, so that might be kind of creating a little bit of an issue too for you to be able to tag him. Hopefully he pops back in. But there it is. And
there he is.
He hops back in and says,
he comes in with a super chat. What a guy.
Yeah.
That's it. Put him on the Mount Rushmore. He's up there with Eric Sutherland and Cheesehead Murphy.
Oh, look who's back. What is going on, dude?
We're just going to have to deal with it right now. All right, let me get one in the middle here. We'll get it right here. Bang. All right, we're good.
All right.
Jason, sorry, buddy.
So this whole time, Jordan Love's been throwing the ball. This isn't even on loop. You know what I mean? My dude's just humming taters over there.
They're going to have to ice down that arm before the game starts. Let's see if the Packers are tweeting anything else out real quick. That's pretty much it. So we're caught up there. We'll go ahead and get that off the screen. A
Yeah,
couple
I'm
other
just
things.
excited, man.
What is it?
I said I'm just excited. I can't for us to be back in there. Last time was Thanksgiving, been a year. Go in there and just shut the fans up for 5 minutes. Let's show them what kind of team we are, what we've grown to be. Everyone talks about how much they've grown. I know you were talking about them being the darlings of ESPN, but I don't think that's going to last too long. And what happens when they lose their OC next year? How long are they going to be able to actually, keep that thing afloat?
Yeah. Tim, if you would make a mental note of this right here. Dragon fan Tim says, Packers Total Access Clayton, if you make it subscribe only, they still sub and they still get in the stream. Okay. So I don't know if that's important or not, but thank you so much, buddy, for any tips you guys get. They know, like, Clayton has no damn clue what he's doing out here. Let's try to help this guy out. So that's the way it works. But if you guys would, if you want to help us out, take a quick second, hit that like button. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. What we talked about with these two safeties, Kirby Joseph, PFF grade of 90.9, Brian Branch 85.2, and then obviously right above Brian Branch and Kyle Hamilton of Baltimore is our very own Xavier McKinney. So pretty cool that according to PFF, 3 of the top 4 safeties in the league in terms of overall defensive grade are going to be showcased in this game. You think for a second, don't think for a second, I should say, that Xavier McKinney isn't looking across that sideline going, everybody in the league thinks that Kirby Joseph's the best safety in the league. All right. You talk about a chip on his shoulder tonight, man. Those two guys are playing for arguably the top Pro Bowl spot at the safety position as well. So that's exciting to think about. But what do you think about that here? And Kyle Hamilton, obviously Notre Dame's finals. We're in the playoffs. Got to love it. One of the best safeties in the league. You guys remember when he ran the wonky 40-yard dash, ran it all sideways and stuff, and everybody was like, oh, God, I don't know about Kyle Hamilton. Dude's But pretty cool that we just went out. Goody said, let me go to the store real quick and just hand pick Xavier McKinney right off the shelf and go, yeah, let's just put him right on the roster.
Oh, yeah. That's a Milwaukee Fuel top shelf. I mean, didn't even get him on a discount. I mean, that's one where you just go in there. You said, I need this tool. I'm going to go buy it. I love that, man. That's what we got to do once in a while. We need to, when we made the run before, we brought in Woodson. Sometimes you just have to bring in extra talent. You're not always going to be able to draft and develop.
Right.
So
Tim,
true.
what do you think, man? You think Xavier is going to go out there looking to try to play better than Kirby Joseph tonight?
I think that's always his MO. He wants to shine every time. But yeah, you're right. There's probably a little extra fuel for the fire tonight, just to kind of maybe silence some of the critics and some of the doubters. And we do know one thing. I think that X has got over both Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph is the instincts, man. These two guys from Detroit, they're no joke. Physically talented, great players, but there is like a sixth sense for football that Xavier McKinney has that just the average player doesn't, even above average players don't. So I can see X getting a pick tonight. I can see him making key pass breakups when we need it, coming down in the box, making a tackle when we need it. We can talk about all those things we want as far as flying around making picks, but hey, if Detroit comes out and decides to run the ball, at us all day, that's going to change things, for the secondary. So I think X is going to have a complete game like we always see from him. Even when he's had quote unquote quiet games, he still jumps off the stat sheet. So he's going to make an impact for sure tonight. I hope it's in a big way early and often.
Yeah. T in the chat says, watch him from Canada, Ontario, I guess is what that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right across from Michigan. So many Lions fans. I'm very outnumbered. We appreciate
Hold the line, T. Hold the line, man.
That's right.
Usually if I get a tweet like this, if I get tweeted at me, something like that, I always send back the Arnold Schwarzenegger Commando video where he's putting the face paint on, going behind enemy lines. Appreciate what you're doing out there, T. Godspeed, sir. All right. Those Lions fans, I know they came out of nowhere the last couple of years. They didn't have 13 people in the fan base. All of a sudden, everybody's a Lions fan. Funny how that works. So, let's see what else we got here on the old Twitter bird. As ML Football tweeted out, insane Packers head coach Matt LaFleur has an 18-2 record. You hear Ed
Herman Shepard's got an 18-2 record.
Ed, come on, baby. We're live. What are you doing, girl? Stop. Hey, knock it off.
Here's a dog.
Exactly. Speaking of dogs, right? Matt LaFleur, 18-2 as head coach in December. Mandy's in Florida, by the way. She flew out this morning. She's in Florida, beautiful, sunny Florida. I'm up here with the dogs, right? Dealing with you two. That's how this goes. So, pretty cool, though. 18-2 in December, guys. What do you think about it?
Yeah, make this guy coach of the year already. I mean, I
they're never going to get. Who was saying it the other day? The other day, was it Bill Belichick, somebody else, Mike Tomlin, maybe like have one combined Coach of the Year award? It's like
it's crazy.
Mike Tomlin's never won it.
Yeah,
That's
it was
nuts.
like Bill Belichick,
Which is
Mike
nuts,
Tomlin,
right? When has
hate
Mike Tomlin coached a team with a losing season? It's never happened. And that guy hasn't been coach of the year yet. That's insane. I mean, that's almost more insane than Matt LaFleur not getting it, these past couple of seasons. But hey, maybe this is the year. We've talked about this before, right? Got to get a Lombardi home, and that may change the conversation. So maybe it's this year.
No. And look at those eyebrows, guys. Look at the eyebrows.
It's hard to compete.
I love the silence right as Tupac LaFleur hits the screen. You got to love it.
Eyebrows are looking good there, too, even with the bandana and the lung darts.
So some news earlier, obviously, was our boy Rob Domofsky tweeted out one roster move today. The Packers elevated cornerback Kalen King from the practice squad to the active roster. We kind of hit on that already. Let's see what else we had. Did you guys see that video, by the way?
Yeah, is that older? Like, that's not recent, right?
I think it is older. That's the first time I've seen it, though. Jordan Schultz tweeted it out today. Have you seen this, Emilio?
I have not.
I hope we don't get hit with anything. I don't know if there's music playing in the background, but this is Jordan Love in some kind of bar, nightclub setting earlier this year. This guy's trying to get him to pick up his tab. Watch Jordan's reaction.
Hey, yo, bartender, look. Let me get 5 bottles of tequila, right? 6 bottles of champagne and 3 bottles of vodka.
Watch Jordan.
Put it on his tab. You know what it says? This is Jordan Love for Green Bay Packers. And he's throwing them down. So you know he got it. Put it on his tab. Put it on his tab,
Jordan's like, bro, I've known you 19 seconds, man.
Jordan actually came up here to cash out.
I just ordered 10 grand worth of bottles. Just trying to put it on Jordan's tab. I love it.
That's the equivalent of someone showing up in the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A with Emilio and going, give me 30 spicy chicken sandwiches and put it on the Mexicans tab, right?
Put it on them, man. The one in the landscape truck. Yeah. Get that one.
That's the guy right there. That's him. I love it. The Jordan's just got an awesome personality. All I said there was Jordan Love changing the protection here.
Yeah.
Like,
how cool and calm and collected he was when he handled that. Yeah.
Can. Me out of here.
You want a bottle, you can get a can.
Exactly. All right, so we're pretty much caught up there. Anything else you guys want to hit on? I was going to pull up like NFL Pro and look at some of the keys to the game, but I'm also going to keep an eye on the Packers and what they're tweeting out pregame here in case they show anything else. Anything else, Emilio? Is there anything you wanted to cover?
Have the Lions given us anything pregame? If you could do a quick dig on the Detroit, just give me a little. So let me just see where their hopes are at, where their hopes and dreams are. Because I mean, I know we have a couple dashing around, prancing around in the chat here, but they're the ones probably 5 years ago that had the paper bags over their faces. You know what I mean? So I just love that. Like you were saying, man, where did they all come from? And I mean, at least they're happy now, but you think they're going to last till 2030? I mean, they're probably going to find a new team by then.
Yeah, that's usually how the fair weather fan operates, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm trying to comb through here and see if I see anything.
Oh, there's no news about them? Oh, okay, I got you. So people aren't that interested. No worries.
No, not really.
No worries.
Let me go to the Detroit Lions page. See, they already 2 minutes ago, it's got Barry Sanders' video. Barry Sanders is one of my favorite players of all time. So this is backfiring big time, Emilio.
But they can't put up anybody recent. I mean, what are they?
We
actually a video of Jared Goff throwing the ball or something.
We actually got something here for you. I got you. Hold up just a second. Let me get this geared up here. This is probably the most important person in the entire organization here. We got Flavor Flav in the house, boys. Look at
Flavor Flav.
Yeah, boy.
Dude, look at that. Is the clock gotten smaller?
You get older, Emilio.
That's
start shrinking.
That's the Detroit Lions Super Bowl window closing. That's getting a little smaller. It's a wrap. We're getting this dub tonight, guys.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly. Let's see. Yeah, we got the Grinch in the house. This is the difference between us and them, right?
What?
Christmas is over. What is going on right now?
And then you got Packers players in the background signing autographs.
Right. Exactly. Love the Lions fan. Look up top up here. If you can see my cursor holding the Christian Watson. Hey, can I get a look? Christian signing it.
I love it.
All right.
Could be
so
some Packer fans there, though. We travel pretty well.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Let's see what else we got. We can't play this. Somebody will get upset and go, that was my content. I know that was from Keenan and Peele, I believe. Here we go.
He is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Man, did you see him act like, who was it, James Franklin he acted like, the Penn State head coach? He did it on College Game Day. Oh, it was money, dude. Money.
Dude, he is hilarious.
So here are the inactives for the Detroit Lions. Emmanuel Mosley, cornerback. Giovanni Manu, offensive lineman. Taylor Decker, left tackle. We talked about that. Awasika, offensive lineman. We got Levi. You got that one.
Who? Ozarike?
Ozarika, you still good. All right, man. Defensive lineman there, right? Am I thinking right? Yeah, D-line.
Yeah.
And then Josh Pascal, defensive lineman, DJ Reader, defensive lineman, all inactive today, or tonight, I should say, for the Packers Lions. So there are your inactives from their page. Here you go. There's your NFC Special Teams Player of the Month. Jake Bates coming out. So
nice. That's why Candyman's excited. He said, if you can't beat the Lions' third string D, it's over. Mm-hmm. That's good. It is still the regular season, though. So,
yeah,
I'm sure we'll see you in the chat later on.
There's Big Z. Big Z looking like Johnny Cochran at the O.J. Simpson trial.
Mm-hmm. You know got his captain's chain on underneath, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he got his fake captain's chain. You got to have that.
Definitely. He's got that big coat on.
Yeah,
he's covering up that back brace that he's wearing on his back.
Greg Rice hit it on the nail on the head. What is this feed? It's an absolute. It's just a hilarious. This is what one of 32 NFL teams is putting on their. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sports. All right. Cool. Really cool, bro.
Wait, go back. Why does their facility look like?
I know it, man. It's bad. It's just like the stadium. Like if I were to drop this down, right? Like look at.
It looks like an uptown New York boxing gym or something.
Yeah, right. It's like can we get a drop ceiling in there, Emilio?
Gotcha. Andy Monday was hitting it earlier. Detroit could show a picture. Oh, hold on. Wait, he had another one right here. Evening, gents. Nice background picture of Detroit's gym. Love it. Should be a community gym.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
All right, let's check the Packers feed one more time. Make sure we're not missing anything.
Please, let's get something. Let's get some real notes here.
Right, let's get into some real notes. We got a few minutes here. Why don't we switch gears and go to NFL Pro? That sound good?
Please.
Let's go to NFL Pro and get some insights for the game here. Let me widen this out for you, ladies and gentlemen. So we already talked about the point spread has changed. It started at 3.5. It's currently sitting at 3, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. All right. We already talked about some of the rankings there. Obviously, they've got the number 1 points per game offense. We've got the number 8. We hit on that earlier this week. So let's jump into some of the key insights here. I'll try to go full screen, make it a little bit easier. So the first one is Jordan Love. It says, since losing to the Lions in Week 9, Jordan Love is 3-0 with 5 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, and a 120.8 passer rating over his last 3 months. So obviously Jordan is cranking it up. There's no two ways about that. Next insight, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs are both averaging 80-plus scrimmage yards per game for the second straight season. So just an awesome dynamic duo there at running back. We've kind of talked about that all week and how strong that running game is going to be. And then the next one says Packers-Lions. The Packers and Lions have a combined winning percentage of .833. That's 20-4. That is the highest combined winning percentage in any Thursday night game in December or later in NFL history. So tip your cap to Thursday Night Prime there through Amazon. They picked a hell of a ball game here, man. This might go down as the game of the year, boys.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, how many other times are you going to get this kind of record? You got Buffalo, Kansas City, or Ravens, but the matchup in the division against an opponent that you see 2 times a year. I mean, it's going to be smash mouth football.
The best 2 teams in the best division in the NFC, man. Arguably the best division in football right now.
Yeah,
it's going to be a treat.
I think it is. I really do. I think it's hands down the best division. Lions offense against the Packers defense. It says Jared Goff is 4-0 with the Lions, averaging 42.3 points per game over their last 4 home games. Meanwhile, the Packers are 4-0 and allowing just 19.8 points per game over the last 4 road games. So something's got to give here, boys. Packers are only giving up 19 points a game on the road in their last 4 games, and the Detroit Lions, led by Jared Goff, are averaging 42.3 points per game. That kind of feels like you'll probably meet in the middle somewhere.
Yep.
And I think you're going to see like I said, a 31-27, a 31-30 top game. I think it's going to be close, and I think they will far exceed that 50-point mark, especially with the Lions defense banged up and the Detroit Lions offense being so efficient here. So
I cooked sausage tonight, but I'm hungry for a 40 burger. That's all I'll say.
there you go. 2-0 for this says 69-16 Packers.
Nice.
Look, damn. If that happens, boys, it's going to be a good night. I'll just leave it at that. Daddy sodas will be flowing on the postgame show. I promise you.
There it is.
313 Thug Boss in the house says 45-6 Detroit. Let me screen grab that real quick, just in case you're
Thug Boss will be in here after, bub.
Exactly. We got a couple of receipts that we've screenshotted all week long. So, listen, I'll say this: I don't think he's being disrespectful unless he said something up above. I apologize, I didn't see it, but I'll be the first to say it. 313 Thug Boss, you guys got a hell of a football team. You do,
Yep.
No doubt about it.
And anybody who says that that you don't is full of it. You know,
That was his.
we can totally acknowledge that.
That was his previous comment.
Oh man, I gotta say it's pretty funny though. if we had that now, why you got to talk about somebody who got a concussion, buddy? Come on now, what's going on here? This took a turn. Isn't it?
I told you guys, Lions fans are known for lots of things. Having class is not one of them.
Oh, look, and then he comes right back and says respect both ways.
Oh, I stand corrected. There we go.
Walking that
There
line.
we go. We found the Lions fan, the one Lions fan that has class.
I love it. All right, listen, ain't nothing wrong with a little friendly banter, right? So
right.
again, man, something's got to give here, dude. One of the best offenses and one of the at home and one of the best road defenses. And here's
hey, you know what? One thing that Packer fans and Lions fans will always forever agree on is the fact that
The Bears still suck.
Very true. Very true, sir. Greg Rice says Green Bay 65% and Detroit 13%. So
that's going to be the final, huh?
yeah, I think
I'm
so.
not mad at it.
I ain't either.
65%.
65%. That's what. There you go, Greg. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for making that happen. You're the man. Anything else you guys want to hit on here as we're going through these? Rashawn Gary aligned on the right edge on 28 of the 35 snaps in Week 9 against the Lions. That's 80%, more than double his rate in every other game this season. So they've seen something where they like lining Rashawn Gary up on the right side. I'm assuming that's
Right
from a
edge
defensive
of-
perspective.
I was going to say defensive perspective, meaning left tackle rookie or left tackle replacement.
That's typically how that's reported. So yes,
Okay.
as you see here, it says this kept him away from right tackle Penei Sewell, instead aligning across from left tackle Taylor Decker. Gary has aligned on the left edge on 79.9 or 79.1% of the snaps in every other game this season. Decker missed Week 13 and is questionable for the game. Obviously, he's out now. Backup tackle Dan Skipper, old Skipperoo, has struggled in his 2 starts at left tackle this season, allowing 8+ pressures into each game. Damn. He has allowed 18 pressures on 78 pass blocking snaps at left tackle, which would be the highest pressure rate allowed in the NFL at 23.1%. Taylor has allowed nearly half the pressure at only 9.9% at left tackle this season. So you're going to see Gary lining up on that opposite side once again there. So, yeah, to answer your question, Emilio, he will be over the left tackle for probably 80% of the snaps tonight.
All right, so then it's Rashawn Day to cook. I mean, it just depends on how many chips and backs and tight ends are over him. But I'd like to see a sack or two out of Rashawn after that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. All right. I think we've done pretty good here. Where were we at the
Candyman, the Lions fan, let me just ask you real quick. He said, if Pack loses tonight, what happens? Where do you guys stand? Literally right where we are right now, because it doesn't change anything. Like, they expect us to lose to the Lions, who are 11-1. I feel like it hurts the Lions 100 times more than it does the Packers if the Lions lose.
I'll take the 6 seed, put us in a perfect position to bounce the Lions in the first round of the playoffs.
Yes.
Tim thinking
I like
ahead.
that.
I like it, man. I like it. So someone told us, Aaron Rodgers said to check Matt Schneidman's.
Oh yeah, Schneidman's got one about our boy Tuck Norris.
Is it a
Gotta pop
dinger?
that one up.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Tuck Norris doing Tuck Norris things.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Tucker Kraft has been on the field for 45 seconds. He's already blowing kisses to Lions fans. Love to see it.
Oh, I love it. It brings me joy.
And like I said, Barry Sanders is in the house, boys. I'm sorry. I just every time I see Barry Sanders, I just want to run up to the man and thank him because what a stand-up dude. Just one of the all-time greats, no doubt. Thank you for giving us a heads up on that, Aaron Rodgers, about the Matt Schneidman tweet. Yeah, so you guys answered Candyman, right? It's pretty much nothing changes in the standings for us this week. It's just, hey, you'd like to get a win here so you could position yourself to potentially steal the North away.
Right. Right. But even still, even if that's what Ron was saying here, he said doesn't change our wild card, Candyman, but takes us out of any chances in the division. But again, right now we are planning on, not having a chance to win the division, even with, winning out, what's it, like 40% or something. So we need a lot of help anyway. We got a lot of help last year, for us to get into that position last year. We got a lot of help. You just don't know how it's going to play out, really.
Right. Here we got 313 Thug Boss again says, you guys have a lot of Packer fans here tonight in Detroit with the pissed off emoji. Hey, you guys did it to us. Yeah, you guys are always packing Lambeau out. So
I'll stay the hell out of Detroit. You guys stay the hell out of Lambeau Field.
Tim, how many times have you been to Detroit to watch a game?
I have never been to Detroit to watch a game. Never.
Honestly though, they said, I know it's got a real bad reputation. I've heard that ever since I was a kid. They say it's making a comeback though. They're really starting to revamp the downtown area and getting everything kind of back in the right direction. We went through something similar here with our city locally. The closest city to me is Johnson City. And man, it got to the point where downtown was just like, this is disgusting. Like it's just nothing, everything's ran down, and they started to revamp everything. I think Detroit could be a really, really cool town if they do get kind of things back on par. Cause obviously with the car industry, and this isn't, we shouldn't be talking about this stuff anyway, but here we are with the car industry taking a hit from time to time and closing down plants and this and that. Hopefully they can make a comeback and get things back on track. But yeah, we're with you though. 313. You guys did it to us first, like Tim said, backing out the stadium. So
absolutely.
All right. Parting thoughts, guys. Anything else? As I'll take one more look over here on Twitter for the Packers page here.
No. Mistake-free football. That's it. No stupid lining up on the ball penalty. Keep the holding and the false starts to a minimum. Let's execute.
Yeah. Here you got on the Packers Twitter page, everybody taking the turf, heading out. Got Josh Jacobs coming out. Looks like Josh Jacobs, Keyshawn Nixon, some of the leaders there. Looks like that was probably Bo Melton behind him. There's Emmanuel Wilson, Jaden Reed. And, of course, Coach Buck is looking like he can bench press a mobile home.
Here's the guy.
Exactly. So, Emilio, parting thoughts, man. Anything else you want to hit on before we wrap up here, dude?
Oh, we just got a fast physical game. I like Thug Boss here. Appreciate you staying in, and appreciate the sub and the like on the way out. Swing back around for the post game. But, no, man, it's no more time to talk. Get through this game, we can get to the bye week, and then we're really on a run. I think it's a nice time for us to have a Thursday game. We already got through our bye week, had a couple Thursdays back to back. I'm even happier that the extended buys after the Lions game and not after Thanksgiving. So I think we got to really use it to our advantage. If we can come out of here with a win, more power to the Packers. Let's go get the division. If not, we're still a 9-win team on the verge of breaking double digits, in week 13. So, I mean, we're not far off from where we wanted to be pre-season. So I'm happy with this team, seriously.
Yeah, completely agree, man. Again, I think it's going to be a great measuring stick game to see how this team stacks up against arguably the best team in the league, albeit they are banged up. We got it. But I think it's going to be, like I said, just a great test for these young Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to be up for it too, man. Every video you see of each player, that you don't see much smiling. You notice that?
Yep.
They're locked in.
This is what we talk about. It's a playoff. It's a playoff game. Playoff atmosphere, playoff attitude. Let's go.
18 regular season weeks for their job. You know what I mean? It's like that is their job. Let's get to the postseason, obviously, but dude, if you only have to think about it, you only have to work 18 times game wise, obviously you're prepping for it, but game wise, 18 performances, let's go out there and do it.
Yeah. Prince in the chat says, I hope Wicks draws Arnold in coverage if he has an issue with PIs, nothing like a good route runner getting separation to make him panic and get gravy. That's a great point, Prince. A great point. Also, stretching Christian Watson down the field too, right? If you can get him on the boundary with Terry and Arnold, guarantee you he'll get grabby as soon as Christian hits those jets, man.
How about these hands?
There you go. And let's see here. There's one more here. 2-0 for this. Says a post-game show on a school night. My parents won't let me stay up. 2-0 for this, man. You got to listen. You got to get creative, dude.
But if you do stay up, isn't there going to be a spinning wheel later on?
There is. We've got it geared up. We got it ready to go. There is, how many was there in this contest? 122 entries on the Larry McCarron Pinky Wheel, as we're going to give away another autograph Romeo Dobbs card donated by the always great United Bates. Appreciate you supporting the show, buddy. So we'll be giving that away to a lucky Patreon member or a YouTube member. Anyone who was a YouTube member by midnight last night or a Patreon member, one of the 3 tiers by midnight of last night, we'll be giving that away. So appreciate everybody. This is a lot of fun, man. Fred McFarley, it is. You're right. It's rigged. So there you go. We'll be back immediately following the game for the PTA post-game show, hopefully talking about a dub here. Again, I think it's going to be a hard-fought game, and it's going to come down to protecting the football like it always does, man. The team that protects the football, as Matt LaFleur says, win the ball, win the game, control the middle 8, and go out there and be physical, man. That's what it's going to come down to against this Lions team. And I really like our chances tonight, man. I think win or lose, it's going to be a hell of a ball game. So.
I agree. The piss will be hot on both sides tonight. I expect full chippiness all game long. Let's get ready.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, that's it. We will see you in a few hours here on the post-game show as the guys are on the field, and this thing's about to get ready to get kicked off here in what, about, I don't know, 30, 35, 40 minutes, something like that. So, all right. For those of you listening on the pod, thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world, and go Pack.
And we go.
Bye, guys.